Hello there, good afternoon. Welcome to YouGarden. That little clip of film that you just saw, that's where we are.
It is exactly where we are, in the heart of Lincolnshire right now. The planes are flying overhead, if you can hear them. Yes, we're right in the middle of the nursery, aren't we?
We are, and we're delighted to be with each and every one of you. We're with you for the next 2 hours. Got some amazing bulbs, plants, some perennials, we've got shrubs. Oh, and what have we got, Bex?
Oh, a free gift, absolutely. Yes,
Did you say free gift?
Free gift indeed. We do try and bring you this every single time we do a show. Hopefully it will continue, who knows?
We're trying.
We do try, but this week it is the beautiful Sweet Pea Super Scent collection of seeds included here.
And they are worth, you can buy them for £9.99. They will be free with every single order. All you need to do is put in the special code, which is YGTV43. So there it is. Just in case you forgot, YGTV43, but they are a really gorgeous free gift. And out of all the sweet peas, these are one of the most scented,
yes.
Highly fragrant.
Yeah, purposely selected because of the fragrance that you get included in here. I mean, sweet peas are the kind of nation's favourite annual, aren't they?
Yeah, I love them.
Everyone loves the sweet pea. We love the scent of them. They are easy to grow. I've never done it. I can't believe I've never grown them. My mum grows them every single year and absolutely adores them. So this year I am going to do it.
And so are you, if you order anything from the show. Now, also, as Bex has just said, it is free postage with any order that's £30 or more, which is brilliant.
That's it.
Because we've got the Agapanthus coming up, and they've got $6.99 postage cost. They're big, but if you get your order to over £30, you will get free postage and packaging. And don't forget, you can save 10% on your order today by joining our club, which is the YouGarden Discount Club. And that's it's £5 for the year on auto renewal, and you'll instantly get 10% off all of your orders today. So 10% off every plant, I should say, and accessory, including compost. You get 5% off every outdoor living and gifts order. We've got some great gifts coming up for Christmas, actually. And you'll actually get the equivalent, really, of £20 back, because you'll get £20 worth of vouchers that you can use throughout the year. Also, exclusive offers, competitions, and expert advice. Both memberships are the same. The only difference is the cheaper one, the £5 one, will auto-renew at the end of the 12 months unless you stop it, which you can. You're more than welcome to. The £10 is just for 1 year, so the choice is yours. But we are going to begin with something that we didn't bring you this morning, but actually was selling well from our website, and I'm not surprised. It's our Agapanthus, and we are literally clearing stock of these at the moment. Normally £35 each. All right there, Bex.
Yeah,
it's quite heavy. So normally £34.99 each. We're going to give you £5 off, but then we're going to give you this one. Oh, hang on.
Yeah, it's hard to lean that far forward. There we go.
We're going to give you that one absolutely free. I mean, as a plant, these are so mature, aren't they?
Yeah,
these are
really
big.
Well-established plants. Look, that's the size of the pot we're talking about there. They're incredibly well-established. I bought one of these for my mum just recently. They are going to look incredible. The value for money you're getting here with the buy one, get one free is just bizarre. And
£5 off as well. But we are clearing stock.
Yes. Nothing wrong with them. We're literally just clearing space. That's all we're doing here.
Because they're big. They're big. Yeah. And now, obviously, they're not going to flower till next year. It's the best time to plant them so they get established. So, postage-wise, you will pay £6.99, but you won't if you buy one other thing. One other thing. And somebody was really clever last week. They bought some cucumber seeds from our website. Spent a few pounds and got their order over £30. So do look at the website, buy one other thing.
Well, at $29.99, you only need to add in either the Pretty Polly Blushing Peach or the Primrose Benelli.
Yes.
And you'll actually spend less than you would do if you had the postage on here. Yeah. Plus, you'll get some gorgeous perennial plants to go in there with it.
But we'd better tell you about Agapanthus. So these are the big ones. The flower stems on here will grow, what, a metre high? Metre 20,
so yeah, about 4 feet in height.
They will be striking, bold, stunning. This loves a sunny spot. It's from Africa, isn't it?
It does indeed, yeah. Full sun for the best of effects, really, on this one.
And the expression we use, it likes to have its roots hugged. So it likes to be in a confined space.
It does, which is what makes this an absolute perfect pot plant. You know, if you've got a pot to put this in or some urns to put this in or something like that, that will look absolutely brilliant. And it will love living in a pot because it will feel like its roots are being hugged and restricted. That doesn't stop you from planting it into a border though.
Not at all, but if it is in a border, make sure it is surrounded by other fellow plants. You know, it does like to be nice and say contained. The reason why we're doing such a great price today, you know, we'll be honest, if we were selling these in peak season and they had lots of flowers and stems, if that was in the garden centre, you could be paying, I'm going to say, £50 maybe, even more.
Yeah.
In
for
full
a plant
bloom.
this size with those, yeah, definitely.
But today we are looking at buy one, get one free and an extra £5 off. And that image down there, that's what the flowers will actually look like.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Oh, they are, aren't they?
And they sit atop, just being all posh there, they sit atop.
Sit atop.
These lovely, strong, sturdy stems on there as well. So as much as you want to put them in a sunny, sheltered spot, they can deal with a little bit of breeze and a little bit of wind because, you know, they are very, very strong and sturdy. And the way that those flowers open is incredible. It is like a firework display because there's multiple flower heads on that head, and they open. Some open to start with, and you've still got some buds there. It really does look like a firework.
I think Bex is having a caffeine rush, aren't you? We just had a coffee.
I just had a coffee. I'm all good.
Now, what we'd love this afternoon, you know, it makes our day when you interact with us. So you can message us on YouTube Live. You can message us on Facebook Live. My name's Shaun Ryan. If you're new to the show, this is lovely Bex Edwards, and together we're here, of course, with YouGarden. And the Agapanthus, they've been selling really well. We didn't even go to these earlier, but they have been selling really well today.
Yeah, they're a very popular one. I think they're a popular flower anyway because they are such a show-stopping display. They really do grab your attention. And this blue colour, I think, is you know, one of the really attention-grabbing ones. I know that because my mum bought it, and she's quite discerning when it comes to buying flowers for her garden.
If you are going to put it in a pot, it comes in a 20 centimetre pot. I wouldn't go much bigger than about 30, would you?
Definitely not. Don't go too much bigger because it really wants its roots to be hugged, and that is vitally important in order for this to then survive and thrive.
Yes.
I bought an Agapanthus a few years ago, a little one. And I didn't know anything about Agapanthus. I was just like, that's pretty, I'll buy it. And I put it out in the border. It still hasn't flowered years later. And that's because its roots aren't being hugged.
So, one of the best sellers right now on the YouGarden website. Look at the size of these. They're big, they're mature, they're established. They are an absolute steal at $29.99 for two, remember. It's a buy one, get one free. You'll also get your free sweet peas. Bex has said we've got loads of great pots on the website. These are nice, aren't they?
I like this.
Yeah, I do.
And I think this is a really good size in actual fact if you want a pot to put your Agapanthus in because it's not too big basically.
Yeah.
This one is, what's this one? It's not the boxwood.
This is medley round, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the round, medley
round, this one. We have got the boxwood ones, by the way. They're really nice as well. These are the medley round, and just checking, these are normally $11.99 each, but you can double up today and get two for $14.98. And actually, if I just pop this in, that would be perfect for
there's just a few inches around the edge of the pot that it's already in. So whether you go for these or not, these are a great one if you're going for that double up deal with your Agapanthus because they're not too big. But if you're going for your Agapanthus and you've already got pots, just don't go too big. That's all we're saying.
Yeah, but
these are a great one to go with your Agapanthus if you need a pot to put them in.
And that is a 130127, a double up deal, two for £14.98.
That's excellent. Very good.
Right, just quickly, would need a bit of compost. So if you wanted to add compost to your order, we are we're doing the 250 litre bags, free delivery for £24.98. The details of the planters on the screen, so if you do want to go for those medley planters, I think they're perfect for the Agapanthus, and they are on a double up deal as well. We'll talk about the compost in a bit more detail later, because I know a lot of you already know it, but if you want to add it to your basket, £24.98. But we're going to go to the favourites from today. So this table are all of the top sellers, all of the most popular items. And do you know what? Bex and I were really pleased that you loved the Viola pumpkins. And I have to say, Bex, the colour of these is pretty amazing, isn't it?
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Really is.
It really is. It's a gorgeous pumpkin orange that we're talking about here. It's the most beautiful, bright, probably one of the deepest shades of orange that you will get from a Viola. They have a delicate fragrance to them as well. They're hardy, they're robust, they're going to flower through the winter months for you, and they are just going to delight you, whether you put them into your borders or whether you put them into your borders or you put them into your
pots, hanging baskets.
What's wrong with me this afternoon?
I don't know, you were good this morning.
I was all right this morning. I'm struggling this afternoon. But they're nice and compact. So we're talking about 15 centimetre height by about 30 centimetre. And I believe this is a buy one, get one free deal, isn't it?
In fact, I'll give you the details if I can. The compost, by the way, is 100-125 if you'd like the compost. But yes, Bex is completely right. If you go for the Viola pumpkins.
I'm getting some things right this afternoon.
You warm up, Bex.
I'll warm up.
You are going to get buy 12 plug plants and get another 12 absolutely free at just $14.99. And at this time of the year, plant these now, and honestly, you're going to get so much delightful winter colour. Do you think these will look good with? I'm just thinking, would they look good with narcissi? Would that be too much? Do you think yellow and orange?
Oh, no, I like yellow and orange.
Striking, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's a lovely combination. Because this is quite a deep orange that we're talking about here, I think a yellow daff with it will look really lovely.
Or you just might want to plant those en masse just by themselves.
Yeah, do you know what? I think if you've got a long border, to put these all along the front of a border
really
in a
bright,
line or something,
really brighten it up, wouldn't it?
That look beautiful.
But they're really popular today, and it's a buy one, get one free, totally winter hardy.
Well, buy 12, get 12 free.
Yes.
24 plants there for under £15. That's incredible.
And don't forget, put your code in YGTV43 and you'll get your free sweet peas worth $9.99. Now, despite gardening all my life, I only grew verbena for the first time this year. I don't know why. But I've had different gardens, and I've finally got a big garden. So not that you need it with verbena at all.
No, not at all.
But I've just got.
You can experiment more, doesn't it? You can do more things.
Said. But honestly, I just love it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh my word!
It's such a good plant to have in your garden. Honestly, first of all, it flowers for such a long time. It just keeps going. It starts in summertime around June, and it flowers all the way through to now. Mine is still going.
Still going. Yeah.
It's still looking absolutely beautiful. Now it gets really tall. This one, or it can do, 1 metre plus. It can even get up to 2 metres in height. Mine got to. There was one that got to my height. So what am I? I'm 1.65 m. I'm 5'6" and a bit.
Yeah, I think mine are probably about that height.
One got to my height, which is brilliant, actually. But what happens is they get to that height and the flowers come all at the top, but you don't get this horrible. You don't get thick, full, dense foliage at the bottom.
No. They're slender and sort of delicate in structure.
They are.
But what is lovely, they don't need any supporting whatsoever. So you don't need canes or anything like that.
Really strong, aren't they? And you can still see through the plant, and this is why this is amazing.
So they work really well amongst other plants in beds and borders, because they'll say you get the height, but you don't get the density. And some people call them nature's lollipops, because they are like little lollipops on stems and sticks.
They're very willowy.
They are.
Willowy.
But honestly, if you've got beds and borders, pop those near the back, and they will look absolutely delightful.
And they're so easy as well, aren't they? Like, you don't really need to do anything with these. Plant them and leave them to do their thing. Feed them occasionally, as you would any other, flowering plant in your borders. But they will do their thing very, very happily. The Royal Horticultural Society have given them both the Award for Garden Merit and the badge of Perfect for Pollinators. And they really are. The bees adore these.
The deal today, by the way, is buy one, get two absolutely free. And if you put them in your basket today and you plant them, they will be amazing next year.
They will.
They really will.
I planted some out this year, and honestly, it was amazing how quick and how tall they grew. So if you get these out now, they're going to give you the best display, and they also form. They get more dense, they form clumps.
I'm just going to be a pain in the so-and-so. Christian, my wonderful technical director, I don't suppose you got the picture of my verbena, have you? He'll have a look.
He's going to have a look.
Because I had a really sort of sharp edge on my patio that was really dull.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to soften the edge because it's like a raised patio area and the edge looked awful. I just didn't know what to do with it. And I put these there and honestly, it looked absolutely amazing. I've got it on my phone actually. Stay there.
He's going to get it.
Yeah,
Remember,
I've got
you
it.
do need
I've
to
got
put your
it.
code in if you want to get the 2 free items. So it's down there on the screen. YGTV43. When you place your order, there will be an area on the right-hand side, and you'll put the little code in, and it will automatically add the extra 2 into your basket. So just put 1 in your basket, enter the code YGTV43, and we will automatically put those 2 free items into your basket. If you don't need all 3 in your garden, then give 1 to a friend. Or try and plant all 3 wherever you can. They really are such a good plant for you, and they are perennial, so they're going to come back for you every single year. They really don't require much work or maintenance either. They just kind of keep flowering and keep flowering. It's used a lot actually in designers. So designers will use Verbena bonariensis in gardens because what they say is it's the perfect plant to look through, so you can still see to the other side of the garden or to the plants down that end of the border because it doesn't create a barrier, it doesn't create a screen. So value for money included here is absolutely incredible. Getting 3 of those, and that is the right price.
It is
$9.97. Incredible.
I will find that picture. It seems to have disappeared.
We'll have a look. We'll come back.
Yeah, apparently we have got it, but it's upside down.
So unless you want to stand on your head.
Well, that'd be interesting. I'd love to see what it looked like upside down. No, I'm only joking.
We'll sort it out.
We will. But anyway, look, I'll take my word for it. It is one of the best perennials I've ever grown. Absolutely beautiful. £9.97 for 1. But you are going to get 2 extra ones absolutely free today. That's been one of the top sellers, so you do need to be a little bit quick for that one. £5.60, £1.69. Now, we did mention if you get your basket too, over £30, you will get free delivery. So if your basket, maybe right now it's at like £26, and you're thinking, how do I get it over? We have got our Primula Pretty Poly Blushing Peach Mix. And we have got this. There's a lot of aeroplanes today, by the way.
They're out practicing, aren't they, today? They're out this afternoon. I reckon they come from RAF Coningsby down the road.
Yeah.
Where I grew up.
They're busy today, aren't they?
They're really busy.
Bear with us. It will pass. Slowly. It will. It's just circling above us right now. There it goes. Right, so we've got our Primula Pretty Poly Blushing Peach. One of the most beautiful Primulas I think we've ever seen, this one.
Stunning. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love the colour combination here. The Pretty Poly Blushing Peach really does describe what you are looking at and what you will be looking at in your garden if you add this into your basket. That peach colour that then graduates out to that blushing kind of pink colour on the tips of those petals, I think is stunning. Plant all 3 of these together. I wouldn't mix these up with the brighter
colours. You wouldn't bother, would you? No, you'd have them by themselves.
I wouldn't bother. Put them by themselves, in a pot all by themselves, or in a border, the 3 of them together. They will form little clumps as well. They reach about 30 by 30 centimetres, so decent size, nice and compact, but if you had all 3 of them together, the display that'll give you is amazing. The wonderful thing about this little thing is not only that they are great flowers, perennials coming back for you, clump forming, don't mind a bit of shade, you know, all of those lovely boxes we're ticking. But this one is one of the most affordable items on the show. So if you want to get over your basket, this is the one to add in.
I think they're just delightful. I really do.
Delightful. Oh, look at that.
They are. So $6.49, they are half price today, and they will look lovely this winter and for many, many winters to come. Now, still selling really well are our Pansy Cool Wave, which is coming up next. And this is still on a buy one, get one absolutely free.
Yeah.
So buy one tray.
10 plants there.
Yes.
Get the other set absolutely free. So you get 20 of these plants in total. You have to enter the code in order to do that. If you don't enter the code, you will only get 10 plants. You'd want to get the freebies. So make sure you put that into your, into the little section on the website when you place your order.
Now, just looking at the picture there. Honestly, when I first saw that a few years ago, I thought, oh, that's not going to be like, that's not, well, I knew it was real, but I thought, that was a one-off. Not everyone's going to get results like that. But honestly, we've had so many viewers that have sent us pictures saying, look, these are my Pansy Cool Wave baskets, and they look just as good.
Yeah.
They are outstanding performers. These are top athletes. These will keep flowering for 9 months of the year. They just flower and flower and flower. Fully winter hardy, so even if it's -20, -25, they'll be absolutely fine. They gently trail, so they are ideal for baskets and pots. But look at the roots there. They're really well-established plants, aren't they?
Well-established plants, really healthy. You can tell by the colour of those roots in there. Look, they are
nice and white.
such healthy roots. Not too many roots, because obviously you can get them where there's too many.
And a bit pot-bound.
Yeah, these are absolutely perfect. They are garden ready. They are ready for you to plant out. And now really is the time to get these out. You can plant them, you know, up to December if you want to. But now is the best time to get these planted out, because while the weather is still, you know, warm-ish, we're not getting too many frosts, all the rest of it, they do have time to establish and get a little bit bigger before the colder months come. It doesn't matter if you don't. They will still flower for you. It's just you'll get bigger plants if you get them out now. I've planted these out into my hanging baskets and they are looking absolutely gorgeous, because these will trail gently 40 centimetres by 40 centimetres, so 1.5 feet to, you know, that's how much we're talking about. You can put them into pots as well and they'll tumble over the edges. Or here's an idea.
Go on.
You can put them into your borders.
Yeah, no, see, I'd never thought of that, but yeah, you could try it, because they did sort of like creep and trail.
Well, this is the thing, they'll just creep, and so that you'll get ground cover from them.
Might try that.
I've not done it, but I know people do with trailing plants. Put them into your borders and they'll create ground cover.
Well, really busy for those today. One of the top sellers yet again, 409.67 at just £14.99. By the way, if you want to be part of the show, you might be brand new. I had a lovely lady message me on Facebook earlier who'd watched us on our previous shopping channel. I was like, oh, I'd missed the gardening. I didn't know you were here.
Oh, good. You have to tell everybody.
Yes.
I think there's still loads of people who used to watch us on there who don't know we're here.
I know.
And we need to get the word out. We need to tell them. Because we're here every week.
We are. Wednesday, Thursday, 10 till 1, 2 till 4, and live on a Sunday from 10 till 2. This Sunday, just to let you know, Bex and I are taking YouGarden to QVC.
Yes, we are.
The UK's biggest and best shopping channel.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. Celebrating 30 years, of course. And we've got Harkness Roses on there, who are multi-award winning. So if you can join us on QVC this weekend and say hello, we'd love that, from 10 till midday. Yeah,
10 till midday. We're not going for the full 2 hours, but we've got a couple of little slots in there where we'll pop up. This show, though, will still be happening.
It will.
From 10 till 2, the lovely Hayley and Adam are going to be here.
They are. Looking after the potting shed for us.
Yeah.
Yes. So hopefully you can watch both through streaming and things like that. Now, also really busy today for our geranium tiny monster. Do you know, I only recently started growing perennial geraniums, but God, they're good.
They're so
Aren't
good.
they?
Well, they're so good for a few reasons. First of all, ground cover. They spread and creep. These are great. If there is a space, a weed will grow. Fill that space with beautiful plants and things that you want there instead of allowing those weeds in. So this will reach about 30 centimetre height and it'll spread by probably nearly double that, probably about 50 centimetres. So this is brilliant. The colour is beautiful, isn't it? And they've got lightly ruffled petals on here as well.
And they are, again, so easy, you know, they just get on, they just flower. They don't kind of like demand lots of attention and deadheading. I don't think I deadheaded mine once, you probably should. But they really do perform all summer long. Now, mine are in a fairly sunny spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's sunny, but part shade. You know, actually, this is the wonderful thing about geraniums, is that they can't, not deep shade. Don't put them in deep shade. They won't like that. But dappled shade, part shade, I think they'll be okay. And
that colour, again, it's a beautiful kind of magenta.
It's gorgeous.
Really nice.
Love it.
But again, they're selling really quickly. Buy one, get two absolutely free, and they are just £9.99. So amazing value. And we will say, get these planted now. They will die down in the winter, so don't worry if they disappear. They will do. They'll go kind of underground. They're herbaceous. But that means they'll be settling in. They'll be forming great root systems. Mm-hmm. And then in springtime, the foliage will start to come through, followed by the flowers. And they will be bigger and stronger for summer 2024.
Oh, that sounds like future, doesn't it? That sounds like we're watching some sci-fi film. 2024.
Yes. It's weird, isn't it? 2024 sounds a long way away, but it's not.
It's not.
No.
We're only a few months.
Yeah.
Literally a few months away, and we will be in 2024. But this is what it's all about when it comes to gardening. We are forward planning.
We are.
We are thinking about our gardens next year, and that is what is brilliant about what we bring you here on YouGarden, particularly at this time of year. Short window of opportunity for bare root planting. We've got a bare root on the show, but now is an absolutely excellent time to get your perennials planted.
Yeah, it really is.
Honestly,
Hello to
it really
Elaine, by
is.
the way. She's always there, isn't she? Our lovely Elaine.
Hi, Elaine.
Yes, one of our top viewers.
She is indeed.
Yes, but thanks for tuning in.
Love having
there.
your company. Thank you.
Now, we've also got our Primrose Benelli back, which has been one of the top sellers. It's a lovely mix. Again, if you're trying to get your basket to over £30, I think this is one that Elaine went for these earlier, actually.
Yes, I think you're right, yeah.
Then this could be a great little basket filler, but you're getting 10 plants, garden ready, for only £5.99. And it is the Benelli mix, so lots of bicolours in here.
Yeah, lovely bicolour mix that you're getting. The combinations of colours in here are absolutely
really
incredible
nice.
as well. The one that's in flower, which is the one I keep showing you, but wow, the colour of that. The indigo blue, almost purple on the edges, graduating to lighter colour in the middle, down to the white, and then into that bright yellow centre there. It is so, so pretty. Primroses are another one for your winter colour, aren't they? Just like your pansy cool waves and your primulas over there. This is one that's going to give you gorgeous winter colour. Flowering now all the way through those horrible winter months, all the way into early spring, into April next year. Now, they can come back for you year after year after year. They will come back for you. They will form clumps. You'll be able to divide those and get even more plants in the future. And they do not mind a shady spot either.
Not at all.
Because they're a woodland. They're a woodland plant, so these absolutely don't mind being under trees, under bushes. You know, in those dappled shade spots, these are still going to flower beautifully for you. Just bring yourself a bit of joy over the winter months. You know, you can still have colour, you can still have flowers, and primrose is one way you can get those.
Yeah. I think it's really important to still have a nice garden in winter.
Me too.
You know, because otherwise, if everything's grey and dull...
You won't go outside, will you?
No. And it's amazing that, you know, although... Obviously, I love summer for gardening. A crisp winter's day when the sun's bright, but you're all wrapped up.
I love it.
I do.
As much as I don't like winter, it's because of those grey, miserable days. Those ones you're talking about, the crisp, bright, sunshiny but cold days. Oh, love those.
Do you know? I remember Christmas Day during lockdown. Where I live, it was a really sunny day, and you couldn't. I can't remember the exact, you know, because the rules changed so much. But you could actually be outside with people.
Right.
And we met up with my in-laws, and we went for a little walk.
Oh, nice.
And it was lovely. And then we sat in the garden afterwards, socially distanced, but just enjoying. You know, I remember they had like primroses out in full bloom, and it was gorgeous. You know, really gorgeous. So a wonderful winter flying plant. Big selection there. It's the Benelli bicolour mix. They're all garden ready. So literally, the moment they arrive, you can plant those up in beds, borders, pots, hanging baskets, but they're only £5.99. Always use the offer code, by the way, YGTV43, and that will give you your today. The free gift today, this Wednesday afternoon, is your Blooming Fast sweet peas, and these are super scented, so absolutely delightful in terms of fragrance, and they're worth $9.99. So do use that offer code, and it will unlock any of the other offers as well. Now, something really quite rare and unusual coming up.
Our blue poppy.
Yes,
Woo,
our Himalayan blue poppy.
Of this, the Echinacea.
Do you know? I remember the first time I discovered this, I just could not believe the colour.
I know.
Because, you know, as a child, I always thought of poppies, I'll be honest, being red as a child.
Well, obviously, I mean, we understand the association with the red poppies, don't we? But yes, this ice blue colour, I think, is absolutely incredible. It's quite unusual, isn't it?
I'm trying to think of any other flower that's quite that colour.
Yeah, I can't think of any
No,
off the top of my head.
I mean, it's
There's
magical.
deeper blues, but not one that kind of ice blue colour.
No. And then today you are saving nearly £17. So it's for some reason it's a poppy that you very rarely see in the garden centres.
Yeah, and I'm not sure why, to be honest. It is very rare, but it is one that we have here at YouGarden. It is stunning, though. It gives that real wow factor. I'm sure I planted these in my garden. I have no idea where. I'll have to wait till next year to see if they come up. Not a clue, but yeah, please get these in your garden because these are going to be a talking point. They do have that wow factor. We love poppies anyway. They don't mind a shady spot either, so that's another good one for you to have in your garden because a lot of our plants, they need a sunny spot. This one doesn't mind a bit of a shady one.
I know my mum in her last house, she had one growing underneath a eucalyptus tree and it loved it.
And it did really well.
Yeah.
Well, this one doesn't get massively tall either, which might be of benefit to you because I know, but you know, poppies can get quite tall, can't they? Metre 20 height. They can spread by quite a lot as well. This one stays more compact. We are only thinking maybe a couple of feet in height, 60
about 60 centimetres, yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't spread too far wide either, maybe 30, 40 centimetres. So, you know, in a smaller garden, if you've wanted to grow poppies, but they're a bit too big for you, maybe this is the one to go for. And even if you've got a big garden, you'll find a space for this one because it is so unusual. You need to find a space for this one.
Fully winter hardy.
Yes.
It is a Himalayan blue poppy after all, known as Echinacea. I'm trying to learn the proper names for things. I always know the common names.
I'm all for the common names.
Yeah, well, I am, but I run a garden club and some of them, they know all the Latin names, so I'm trying to catch up. They know all the full names of everything. Yeah. But it's
not a memory test though, is it?
No!
You know, gardening, it's not all about what you can store in your brain. I don't think so anyway.
No. And do you know what? I think most gardeners, over a period of time, you do learn. You learn, you really do. And we hope you learn something every show. We certainly do as well. But if you'd like the Himalayan blue poppy, the Echinacea, then that is just £12.97, and it's buy one. Normally one for £9.99, but you're actually getting 3 for £12.97.
That's it. Yeah,
so
that's
it's saving
really
£17. Yeah, working out.
£3.33 each.
I'll make it £4.33 each bags. Sorry.
My maths is rubbish.
No, it was good last week.
3, 6, 9, 12. You're right.
She was good this morning, honestly. She was really good.
I'm much better in the morning.
You are, yeah.
I used to be a night owl. I am now a morning person.
Do you know what? That's why we work well together, though, because I think you're better in the morning, aren't you? You are, aren't you?
I'm so much better in the morning.
If you watch your shows, let us know what you think, because I think Bex is slightly more on it on a morning.
I tend to lose the plot by the afternoon.
Yeah, and I saw by the afternoon, I'm like bouncing bunny, I'm like, yeah. So we work well, you see. Teamwork.
Complimenting.
Yeah, you look after me on the morning, I'll look after you on an afternoon.
We'll do it.
And we'll always look after you, hopefully. Which reminds me, if ever you do, you get an order and it's not right, for whatever reason, or you're not happy, please contact the customer care team. Don't sit there at home disgruntled. Don't put a negative review on. We'd prefer to sort any issues out. And we deliver millions of plants a year. Our customer rating on FIFO and Trustpilot is really high.
It's really good.
But if anything isn't quite right, please let us know, and we will do our very best to more than put it right. Right, we better move on to one of your favourites, Echinacea.
Oh, yeah. I've fallen in love with Echinacea lately, to be honest. It's really only in the last year or two that I've started to really appreciate the beauty of Echinacea. And there's a few reasons why I like them. So first of all, the flowers last for ages.
Yes, yeah, they do.
And there's certain plants where you get loads of flowers and it's a long flowering season. I mean, the actual flower itself lasts a long time. So the Echinacea I've got in my garden, I can't remember what it's called, which one it is, which variety, but I swear to you, the flower on there was there for about 8 weeks.
Wow.
Like one flower. It was incredible how long it lasted for. So they're great as cut flowers as well because they're long lasting in a vase. I love the drooping petals that you get because it really makes the cone in the middle stand up, proud. And that cone, it's known as cone flower, by the way, the Echinacea, and that cone is just so attractive to bees and butterflies and things. This is definitely a plant for you to have in your garden if you want to invite that wildlife in. They are just the most incredible flower. They flower, as I say, the flowers last for a long time, but you get a decent amount of season from it as well. So July, August, September, mine were flowering into October. Mine have gone over, but you said yours are still going.
I've got one that still looks amazing.
Yeah, no, mine have gone over now. Maybe you've still got some. Let us know, will you? But they do last for such a long time. They want a sunny spot, but they'll cope with a bit of shade as well. So you don't need to be too discerning on where you put them.
And height-wise, fairly tall, these, aren't they?
Yeah, these are going to get to. I mean, so mine got to about 50 centimetres, but I think they can get a bit taller. I think they can get to about 70 centimetres. So I'm expecting them to get bigger next year, personally.
Amazing colour, the Paplo orange there, isn't it?
Lovely, yeah. I love it.
And again, they're normally the best part of £10 each. We've got them for £12.97. How much is that a plant, Bex?
£4 something?
Yeah.
4 about 20, 40, 60, 80. £4.20 something.
No, 4.32 and a bit. Close.
Okay. Yeah, see, I can't do it in the afternoon.
So I'll do
it in the morning.
I'll
boom,
do
boom,
the maths.
boom.
You can do the Latin names.
All right, okay.
Anyway, that's the Echinacea, the Paplo orange, just £12.97. Now, a lot of you have spotted the geranium. That's coming up in a moment's time. But first of all, we have got our Coreopsis, which is coming up next. And actually, you know, we had the Verbena earlier on, the Verbena Berenices. The Coreopsis, I think, we both think works really well with the Verbena at the back and this kind of middle of the border.
Yeah, well, you've got the lovely yellow or the moonbeam of the Coreopsis, and you've got that beautiful purple of the Verbena bonariensis. Those two colours are going to work beautifully together. Now, with your Coreopsis, this has, I mean, the foliage, first of all, you've got a cushion of this foliage. It's very fine and feathery foliage at the bottom. It almost creates a cloud, you know, from a distance, it just looks like a green cloud. But then floating above there are these beautiful yellow flowers on there, almost daisy-like in their appearance, more muted yellow, a bit more, what's the word I'm looking for, Shaun?
Pastel?
Thank you. A bit more pastel in tone rather than the bright sunshine yellow, but I like that. I think that's really quite pretty. They just float above that lovely fine feathery foliage on there. It doesn't get ridiculously high either. We're talking maybe 50 centimetres in height, 50 centimetre spread. So 3 of these actually are going to cover a lovely area.
And a lot of garden designers do say plant in 3s, don't they?
Totally, yeah. And you can plant these all together and you'll create a really nice spread of this. And I'm 100% with Shaun on this. Plant this with your Verbena bonariensis. Or another one I was thinking was get the Gora Siskiyou pink. I think we've still got some. Go and have a little search on the website, Gaura. We had it on shows recently. I think those two will work so beautifully together.
I think you're totally right there. And again, the value today on the Coreopsis is extraordinary. So it's a buy one, then get 2 absolutely free. Do you know, I'm weird. I think a few people forgot to put their offer code in earlier.
Yeah, because we were looking, weren't we? And
yes.
There weren't as many packets of seeds that have gone through as orders.
Yeah, this should tally up with the amount of orders that have gone through, and it was slightly down.
Yeah.
Yes, which is a worry, because not only will some people have missed out on the free seeds, they will have missed out on certain offers as well. So you always need to put the offer code in. It's like the magic key that unlocks everything, and it is YGTV43. So add that offer code into your basket. You'll get your free seeds worth $9.99 and any other promotions that are currently valid.
Like on the Coreopsis, it's a buy one, get 2 free. You'll put 1 in your basket, enter the code YGTV43, and then that will automatically put the other 2 into your basket along with your seeds. It will automatically put those in as well. If you don't put the code in, you're not getting those, and you're only getting 1 of those.
I know. And I did forget to put the code in on one order, and I was really annoyed with myself.
You were, weren't you?
I was. But I'd had a big glass of wine. Yeah, I had. It was a Friday night. I wasn't working the Saturday. I was like, yay! And then, then forgot to put the code in. Really annoying. Anyway, we've also got for you right now the Geranium and Potentilla Festival Mix. 6 bare roots for an incredible price of $14.99. And I say incredible price. In peak season, 1 geranium in a pot, we could easily charge the best part of $14.99.
Yeah.
We could, honestly.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you buy the bare roots, you are saving so much money, and it does mean that you are going to get 6 gorgeous plants next year, and you've only paid a few pounds each for them.
Doesn't that look like a massive spider inside that?
Yeah, I'll be honest, they're not the most... Look, when you get them home, do not be disappointed. I'm going to be really blunt. They will not look like the most attractive things.
There's an example of what a bare root looks like. Obviously, all bare roots look different depending on what variety you are buying, but that is an example of what one of these is going to look like. Yeah, it looks weird. It looks like an alien, but it is what it says. It's a bare root. It's a root that is bare of any, soil and pots and all of that stuff around it. Bare roots are a very cost-effective way of you shopping, of you buying plants, because you haven't spent money on somebody's time, effort, and the materials it takes to, pot that plant and grow it on. So you can save money. It's a very kind of gardener's way of shopping, isn't it?
It is. All the instructions are on the packet in terms of planting depth and spacing. But all you need to do is get it home, soak it, give it good water for a few hours, dig a little hole, pop it in there. I'll be honest, I always mix whatever I'm doing in my garden, whether I'm planting bare roots or perennials, shrubs, I always put a bit of our compost around it.
Yeah, I think it's really good because there's so many nutrients in that compost that it's really going to give your plants the absolute best start in life. And then they're just going to keep getting better and better, and that's what happens with your bare root perennials. They do take a little bit longer to establish, I'm not going to lie about that, but what you end up getting are bigger, better, healthier plants because you don't have any of the transportation or the transplanting shock that they can receive. So you do end up with a better, healthier plant. And Shaun, you always say, don't you, it's lovely to do it because actually it takes you on a bit of a journey. You take it right from the beginning all the way through.
It's really exciting to, and I'd take a picture of the bare root and then plant it and just see what develops next summer. It'd be great.
Well, this one is really a festival mix. And you can see that from that absolutely gorgeous festival of colour. They're so bright, they're so pretty.
There's nothing beige about that.
Nothing beige.
No.
And they give you such a long flowering season as well. So this, all the way from late spring, sort of May time, June, July, August, September, into October as well. Geraniums are still flowering now. They do just keep going for you. And these are not the tender bedding plants. This is a perennial. It will come back for you every year and get bigger and better as well.
Well, something that you said the other show, Bex, was it might be worth just putting a little marker where you've planted them.
Yeah, it is good to do that, particularly with bare roots. Honestly, I dread to, and I do have to get better at this myself. Put a little marker in the ground so that you know what you've planted where. The number of plants I must have dug up over the years and thrown it away, thinking it's some kind of, just rubbish in the ground.
I know.
Because sometimes they can just look like a little twig.
I know.
So you end up just throwing it in the bin.
I know I dug up quite a couple of my hostas in spring because I'd forgotten where they were. And I was like, what's that? Oh,
Yeah, so it is important to create a map or put a little marker in the ground.
I think sometimes...
Do as I say, not as I do.
My mum, bless her, I mean, she got to know her last garden so well, she knew exactly where...
She knew everything,
So, but anyway, great value there. And postage is included. $580,039 is your item number. Now, my cat Teddy is going to be delighted because orders for his Nepeta are going through right now. And here he is. So, Teddy, there he is.
Look at him.
Yay. So I took one home because it's a natural catnip, this, and I've never seen him so excited about plants. Look at him! Look at Teddy go! So if you've got cats and you want to give them a bit of a treat, there he is. This is a natural catnip, and I must admit he absolutely loved it. He did destroy the plant pretty much. If you grow these outside. If you don't, your cat is probably going to roll around in it a lot and absolutely love it, but you could put some stakes in there just so you can salvage a bit of it. But a real treat for cats. You don't have to be a cat lover because it's a gorgeous perennial in its own right. But yeah, that's what Teddy did. But there it is. That's what it looks like. It is lovely. It's really pretty. These gorgeous kind of purples. Again, it will come back year after year after year. Likes a sunny spot and is an absolute magnet for your bees and butterflies. But we are doing today, buy one, get another two, absolutely free. And that's 560,778. But yeah, good afternoon. It's lovely as ever to have your company. We appreciate it, with each and every one of you. Let's just remind you of some of the great plants that we've seen so far today, this Wednesday, on, of course, YouGarden TV. Now, we are obviously looking at winter bedding right now. And we've got some absolute beauties. These are brand new. They are the Viola Pumpkin. Now we are doing buy 12 plug plants, get another 12 absolutely free, and postage is included. And they're just a beautiful, beautiful pumpkin orange. You know, a lot of pansies have got little faces and things like that, the same with violas of course, but these are just a solid orange and it makes them really quite striking. So if you're somebody that likes to maybe do a theme, if you want just all block colour, these could be amazing. Having said that, there's no reason why you can't just pop these amongst your beds and borders and just have splashes of that gorgeous colour as and where. And that is 401507. Now, one of my absolute favourite perennials this year in my garden, Verbena bonariensis. Oh my word, seriously, absolutely love these, and I'm going to be growing more next year. So these will grow really quite tall. I think some of mine, I would say, are easily close to 1.5 meters potentially. Great for the back of the border, but also just great amongst other plants because they don't overtake. They're very slender, so you get lots of long, slender stems with almost like, some people call them lollipops, so like purple lollipops on the top. Great magnets for bees and butterflies, but just a delightful perennial. I mean, seriously, delightful. And what I like about them is they work very well amongst other plants. I wouldn't say they're showstoppers in their own right, but what they do is complement everything else in your garden. They're wonderful, they really, really are. And again, we're doing an amazing offer today, where if you buy one, you will get another 2 absolutely free. They're really good size as well, they all come in 9cm pots, so just £9.97. Really popular actually on the show today. Now what did we have next? Oh, I know what we had. We had the Pretty Polly, didn't we? Yes. So if you get your basket to £30, you will get free delivery today. So if you're a little bit short, we have got a few ideas for you. And this is the Primula Pretty Polly Blushing Peach. Just so, so gorgeous. Now there's nothing kind of brash about this. It's not really colourful and bright. It's delicate. It's subtle. It's a blend of peach and yellow and pink in these, well, just such pretty flowers. I mean, they're absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? Almost like little mini roses. And again, it's great for winter colour. Over the years, this will form clumps, so you hopefully be able to divide them and get more and more. But really, truly beautiful. And you're going to get 3 plug plants today for just £6.49, 480,866. Now, our top-selling winter bedding plant this month on YouGarden is the Pansy Cool Wave. And I know I bang on about these. I know I go on and on, but my word, these are special. So when it comes to pansies, do these flower a lot? Oh my word, yes. These will flower for up to 9 months of the year. That could take you easily into May. They produce flowers that are kind of mid-sized, so they're not the biggest of pansy, but they are a lot bigger than a viola. They get to a point where there are so many flowers you barely notice the leaves. And you've probably noticed how, rather than being upright, and they fall over the edges of baskets and pots. I love them. They're such hard-working pansies. They're fully hardy, so you know, even if it's -20, -25, they'll be fine. If it gets really snowy and frosty, do you know what? You wake up one day and that basket might be frozen, and it might look miserable, but I guarantee when the sun comes out, when the snow clears, the frost say lift, it will bounce back and be a beautiful basket again. So great for baskets, great for pots. You're going to get 10 plants and an extra 10 absolutely free, and that's 400,967. Then we had, oh yes, another really popular item today has been the geraniums, the tiny monster. Good description for these because they really do. They are like, well, little monster, I don't know, little monster, is it a good description? Yeah, but they're really pretty monsters because they have this gorgeous kind of magenta colour. They flower all summer long. They spread, so height-wise about 30 centimetres, but they will spread up to about 60 centimetres in width. And what they tend to do is creep amongst your other plants in your beds and borders, producing amazing colour, very low maintenance. So sunny or, you know, a little bit of sort of like semi-shade, absolutely fine. And you know what, give them a feed from time to time and that is pretty much it. They will look after themselves. Buy one, get two, absolutely free, 560 635 is of course your item number. But there's loads on the website. Can I just remind you, just really quickly, of the offers today, because with every single order, you are going to get some absolutely stunning sweet peas. And when we say stunning, we know how pretty sweet peas are, but these are highly fragrant.
Yeah, they've been specially selected because of their fragrance, basically. So you've got some special varieties included in here that are going to mean you're going to get some of the most beautiful scents. And this is why these are some of the, you know, favourite annuals for us to grow here in the UK. They're beautiful flowers, but it is that scent, isn't it?
And do you know, I am going to open them up, because one thing I do like about sweet peas as well, I made a right hash of opening this. You haven't you? I'll just take the corn off. I just want to show the size of them, because you know some seeds are, what did I grow? Hang on, what did I grow this year that were tiny things? Coleus.
Oh, I love Coleus.
I tell you what, the seeds are like a grain of pepper.
That's quite difficult to sow those seeds.
Well, you
isn't
saw
it?
like, honestly.
I love Coleus.
I saw like, and I was like, ooh.
Where's it gone?
Yeah. But just open up your handbags. But you know, these are like big peppercorns.
Yeah, they are.
So there you go. But look, they're really, you know, sweet peas are really, as a seed goes, I think just really quite easy to grow. They're a good size, you know. And all the instructions are on the back, but they're not a difficult seed to grow. They really aren't. But what is amazing about these is the fragrance. You're going to get the most delightful
beautiful fragrance. I mean, they're a climber, so you need something for them to climb up. Tower pot, if you've got nothing, go and search on the website and search for tower pots. That will be perfect. And that's exactly what I'm going to do with mine this year. They have lovely long stems on them as well, which means they're great for cutting and bringing them in the house as cut flowers. And also the benefit of cutting them and bringing them indoors is that it actually encourages more plants to grow, or more flowers to grow on the plant. Each plant you're going to get hundreds of flowers from. It's going to be incredible, and there's a lovely mix of colours included.
And I tell you what would be nice, because I mean, you know, we're a relatively new show. YouGarden, aren't you? This is a nursery that's provided plants to the shopping channels for many, many years. But we're quite new, only about into our 9th week. But it would be nice if you took some pictures of your sweet peas, their journey, you know.
We do it all the time,
we do.
Okay? So we like to share all of our gardening mishaps and journeys on our social medias. And successes,
yes.
Absolutely. So we will share with you. Please come back, share with us. If you want to follow us, I am Bex with an X Edwards. My Garden, if you search for that on Facebook or Instagram, you'll find me. And I am Shaun, S-H-A-U-N, Ryan, presenter and plant man. Yes, okay? We've already got loads of people who come and share their gardens and pictures and things with us, and yeah, we'd love some more. You know, if you do like message, we'll always try and get back. Say sometimes it might take a while because we might be out in the garden all day, but that's free with every order. And also, big one here: free postage on every order over £30. You know what? We've like things like the Agapanthus. We've got $6.99 postage because you get 2 and they're heavy. But we really want you to avoid postage if you can, so get your orders for over £30. There's loads on our website that you can add to your orders, isn't there? Yeah, you don't just have to order anything that's on the particular show. There are thousands of items on the website, and you can go and search the website for anything else that you want, as long as you enter that code, please, YGTV43, and that'll unlock any of the offers. But yeah, I don't think you just have to stick to what's on the show. Go and search the website. And the other thing I'd say is, if you're not a club member, £5. Yeah, that's it. On auto renewal. A lot of the time you can earn that back straight away because you get 10% discount, and you can earn that straight back on your first order, depending on how much you're spending. So I was asked earlier, what's the difference in the two memberships? Right, they're identical in terms of the benefits. The green one is £5 less, as you can see, but it's on auto renewal. Now that's not a problem, because you can actually, if you don't enjoy the membership, if you're not getting the benefit, you can, at the end of the 12 months, you can of course cancel it, and that, you know. And have you seen that as well? Like, look,
Each club membership lasts for 12 months, but we will automatically renew your membership for another year of exclusive offers and savings. Plus, the price will never go up.
Oh, very good.
So that's really good. So even if we put the price up, if you're an auto renewal, it's always going to be £5 a year.
That's amazing.
That's really good.
Honestly, you will see the the savings start to add up. As I say, if you, depending on the size of your first order, you might even earn that money back straight away.
I did. I did.
But then over the year, the more orders you place, the bigger the savings will be, and it is fantastic to see those savings add up.
If you want to go just for the 1 year membership, it's £10, and it will not auto renew. But that also means you might end up paying more for the next year's membership.
Yeah, if you then want to get
So I think the green one's by far the best.
Yeah.
And you're going to get 10% off every plant and accessory, 5% off every outdoor living and gifts order. You actually get £20 worth of vouchers to use throughout the year as well. You've been using yours, haven't you?
I still haven't done it, you know. I've
No,
got to
you
use it by the end of November. So you get £5 every 3 months to spend, and there is a date depending on when you joined as to when you need to use it. So I have my first voucher, and I've still got my £5 to spend. I meant to put it in when I bought my, but I didn't. So I'm sure I'll place.
So make sure you use yours if you've got them, and you're going to get exclusive offers, competitions, and expert advice.
I'm going to buy people presents this year. I'm going to buy people presents because I don't buy them presents any other year.
I know you're going to say plant presents.
That's exactly it. I am definitely buying plant presents for people this year because I think it's a great gift to buy. So I will use that voucher.
And if any of my friends are watching, I would love plant presents.
I would love plant presents.
Right, let's show. This is the bestseller table right now. Really busy over this side of the studio. So you're loving the Viola pumpkin. 12 plug plants and another 12 free. Do you know, we're even busier this afternoon for these than we were this morning.
Amazing.
But they're unusual, these, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're really
nice.
unusual. We love violas, we love pansies, we love primulas, primroses. We love all of those things because they are going to give us winter colour, and that is what you're going to get with the pumpkin mix as well. Just showing you the 2 packets that you will get, because this is a buy 1 get 1 free or a buy 12 get 12 free. These are the little greenhouses that they come in. This is how they're packaged. They are such good quality, and they will be delivered direct to your door in these little greenhouses. YouGarden have been doing this for a long time, so they've worked out exactly how to transport things through the post so that they arrive to you in the best possible quality. And these little greenhouses are one of those ways that they do that.
And we should say all of our packaging fully recyclable, 100% recyclable. Very, we try and be as environmentally friendly as possible at the nursery. So we've got a big reservoir that saves us millions of litres of water, and we've got electric vehicles for lifting and things now, and 100% recyclable packaging. But I really like this. I just, that orange, it's so bright and vibrant. That will cheer up any pot, basket or border, won't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And they're nice and compact, these. They're reaching about 15, 20 centimetres high. They'll spread a little bit more. They'll go to between 20 and 30 centimetres spread. So we were saying earlier, weren't we, if you've got a border, like put them all in a line across the front of the border, that'll really bring that border to life. It is all about trying to provide that winter colour, and this is one of the flowers that will do that for you.
I just think during those dark winter months you need colour.
Yeah, once we get to January and February, when we're sick of it, we can't wait for the winter to be over, and we're praying for spring to come along. I'm bitter about it already.
We've not even got there yet.
That's when you're going to really enjoy looking out at these plants in your garden, at these beautifully bright coloured flowers.
I love those. I'm really glad they've been so popular today.
Yeah, me too.
And you know what? Even if you're just buying those, your postage is included. You get your free sweet peas, 401 507. Also really popular are Verbena bonariensis. Love, love, love these. So I grew them in my garden this year, and I just thought the overall visual look that they gave is really quite magical.
It is, it's lovely, because they get tall and they're kind of willowy, the way that they look. They're strong, they're sturdy stems, and this is the tall variety. We are talking, 1.5 to 2 metres in height. They kind of multiply as well. They're clump forming, I suppose, is what you would say. But they don't have this horrible, thick, dense foliage at the bottom. They are a plant that you can see through, that you can look through, which which is why they are used a lot by designers in gardens, because you're able to look through those through the plant to see to the other side of a border or the other side of a pathway. They are Royal Horticultural Society award winners. They have that award of garden merit from the RHS. The RHS have also said they are perfect for pollinators as well, and they really, really are. The bees were buzzing around mine this year. They absolutely loved it and had a great time.
Well, we've got a little image of my garden. There, yeah.
Oh, look at that. Look at the view in your garden. It's
I know,
so
I live in the
good.
country. I'm very, very lucky.
You've got a beautiful view.
I look rough there, though. Look at that craggy
I love your
face.
pictures. They're brilliant.
Well, at least you know I'm not using a filter. But yeah, that's a really. So I've got a raised patch at the back, and it's quite harsh. And that verbena down that side, doesn't it soften it lovely? It's beautiful, isn't it?
Lovely. Is that your Mediterranean area over the other side? I can see the.
Yeah, to the right, you can just see a few palms and things. But that verbena, I mean, that's how it grows, and that's the first time I've ever grown it.
And it beautifully softens that edge really nicely, doesn't it?
Yeah, softens my face as well. But honestly, that's what they do. And I only had, I think down that side, I put in 5 down the whole side.
Oh wow! Okay, yeah, and that is going to keep. It will multiply as well. So next year it will be slightly, more of those flowers. It's going to look so good.
Yeah, I love them. I really do. And for some bizarre reason, it's the first time I'd grown them. I think it was. I'm sure it was Monty Don and Gardener's World, and I remember seeing them behind it.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
And I remember thinking, I need some of those.
Yes.
Yeah. But
No,
anyway,
Angela used to talk about that.
did she?
Our lovely Angela, who used to be on the shows and talk about the plants.
So,
She's retired to France now, so
she has.
great for me because I get to be here in her place. But I remember she always used to talk about Monty and how they were in the background.
Well, then I think I watched the show, saw them, and thought, right, I'll have some of those.
those.
But I'd love you to get them. We would love you to get them as well. And if you buy them today from YouGarden TV, so buy one, get 2 absolutely free.
Put the code in, though.
Yes.
If you don't put the code in, you'll only get 1. So put 1 in your basket, enter that code, and we will automatically put the other 2 into your basket for you.
And let us know if you are buying those. We would love to hear from you. If you do want to chat to us this afternoon, we're live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook. And you can also message us on social media as well.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to move on to, we keep saying that if you get your basket to £30, you'll get free postage. And if you're close to that right now, maybe at £25, you're thinking, what else can I go for? We have got our Primula Pretty Polly in the blushing peach. And these are only £6.49, so a great little kind of basket filler. And they're just naturally beautiful, these, aren't they?
Natural beauty, these.
Yeah.
We were describing them last week as the girl next door, weren't we? These are.
Well, not quite the girl next door.
No,
the
but
natural beauty.
Yeah, but the girl next door is a natural beauty.
Yes, who
isn't
doesn't
she?
realise.
She doesn't know
Yes.
she's beautiful.
Yes.
But she is beautiful.
She doesn't have to shout about it.
Exactly, and that's what this is. The blushing peach of the Pretty Polly.
Yes.
She is so pretty. I love the mixture of the colours, the apricot and the pinks. And it's not a bright pink, it's that lovely blush pink, exactly as it's described. They are really pretty. And these are great because they can cope with shade. So this is wonderful to put around the bottom of your trees and the bottom of your bushes and things. They are going to flower for you sort of in end of winter, early spring next year, sort of March time. These are going to burst into life for you. They are so pretty, and they're a woodland plant. So as I said, the shade thing is quite valuable.
Do you know, I was just thinking, isn't nature wonderful? How all of the plants like different things, and some will be in full bloom in the middle of summer, then disappear in winter, and others love winter and they'll be flying away. But it's a really exceptional variety, that one. It's been really popular, actually.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised. It is really pretty. There's 3 in there for a reason, because it's good to plant in odd numbers and plant all 3 of those together. That will create the most gorgeous display.
480, 866 for the Primula Pretty Polly Blushing Peach. Right, moving on to our Pansy Cool Wave. I know we've banged on about these, Bex, haven't we? I
know, I'm sorry.
Forgive us, I know we've gone on and on. But if you haven't got them...
You have to get them now.
Yeah. Do you know what I remember? Do you know what I actually remember having to persuade my mum to get them?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did. I don't know, I say persuade, but she wasn't convinced. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember saying to her, and I'll be honest, this is a few years ago, they were actually in a garden centre, they were individual plants. And she was like, oh, I'll just get my regular pansies. And honestly, now she raves about pansy coolware, and she'll only buy them from YouGarden now. But they are just the most, I suppose when you get them home, right, you will look at them and you'll think, oh, they're just a nice normal pansy. But it's how they grow.
Yeah, this is the wonderful thing about them. So garden ready, as I'm showing you, great root structure, really, really healthy. But it's very much how they grow. It's very much the length of the flowering season that you're going to get out of these. 9 months, up to 9 months of colour. These flower, you know, they're in flower now. They've been in flower for the last 3-4 weeks. They will flower for you right the way through till May next year, maybe even into June, depending on the weather conditions. They trail beautifully as well. So hanging basket displays, absolutely perfect for a winter hanging basket display. But you can also put them into pots. As much as they trail, it's not like your petunias that can go a couple of feet. We're only talking maybe a foot, 40 centimetres, something like that, 12, 15 inches. But they will create that wonderful ball of display, particularly if you've got, like I have, the easy fill hanging baskets. Mine are filling out beautifully at the moment. I can still see some of the basket at the moment, but it's going to keep filling out, and hopefully it's going to obscure that entirely. And they're free flowering.
You know they will.
Yeah, I know. You just get so many flowers on there. It almost, you know, covers up the foliage entirely. It does.
And we've had some great, I mean, lots of our viewers have sent in pictures of their pansy coolwave.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, honestly, they are just the most incredible performing pansy. They are the top athlete of pansies, and we've still got them on a buy one, get one absolutely free at just $14.99 with postage included as well. 400,967. And just finally, while we're over this side of our potting shed, you've loved our geraniums today, the tiny monsters. You know, when it comes to your garden, and we've all got different gardens, but I always think, particularly with a smaller garden or an average-sized garden, you've got to be really careful with every single plant. I always say with a small garden, every plant has to earn its place. You don't want something that takes up a lot of room that looks good for 1 week of the year. Yeah. You know? You want your garden to look good for as long as possible. And these geraniums, they will give you colour with very little work all summer long.
Yeah, really and a beautiful colour as well. Yeah. Look at that colour. It's a lovely purple, magenta colour. And you get these slightly ruffled blooms on that geranium as well. And they will flower for such a long time. They will. This is going to earn its place. May, June, July, August, September. Even into October. I've only got Geranium Roseanne in my garden, and it's a lovely blue colour.
But yours still going? Yeah, mine is. Looks great.
It's still going now. It doesn't have as many flowers on as it did, but it's still got flowers, and it still looks amazing. It will die back down over the winter months. It will sort of disappear, but it will come back again. It'll come back with vigour. It'll get bigger and better for you, and it spreads beautifully. This is one for ground cover.
And do you know what? You could wait until spring. Okay, you could think, well, I'm not going to buy them now, I'm going to buy them in spring. Yes, you could do that, but I can honestly say you will get bigger plants, more flowers if you plant them now, because they've got the whole of the winter to settle in, to develop their root systems, so then they can come back bigger and stronger in spring next year. You know, some plants are better off planted in spring, but, you know, I've learned, my general rule is often to plant in autumn time because you're getting a head start. And honestly, you will love these next year. You really, really will. You've got all of the three there because it's a buy one and get two absolutely free today on YouGarden TV. 560635 is your item number. It's lovely to have you watching, by the way. Thank you to each and every one of you. And I'll tell you what we're going to go back to, because one thing we've learned working here at YouGarden, and as you saw, you know, if you watch the show regularly, it's an 11-acre nursery.
It's huge. Yeah, it's really big.
And it's so well maintained. Yeah. Isn't it?
Yeah. Well, they've been doing it for a long time. They have been here for, was it 2011? It's a long time they've been here for.
But yeah, it is about 12 years. Yeah.
So you know they've really honed what they're doing. And our head gardener, who runs the place, he really does know what he's doing, doesn't he?
He's very on the ball, and he's very meticulous.
With quality, that's really important. Health of plants, I know that is vitally important to him. Like, he doesn't let anything slide when it comes to that.
So, we see acres and acres of premium plants, but obviously there are times of the year where we need to clear space. I mean, we've got Christmas trees coming soon, you know? So the Agapanthus, they take up a lot of space.
They do.
And do you know, we sold these in summer with buds and flowers, okay? If you buy them today, you get £5 off, but better still, you get a free one as well. So you're going to get 2 for under £30. Now, the £6.99 postage is, it's valid, of course it is, because these are big and heavy. They will take a lot to deliver. But if you buy one other item, even if it's a small little item, you will get free delivery because you'll be spending over £30. But actually, again, I used to, I've always gardened, but when I first had my own garden, I'd sometimes just go to a nursery really excited on a summer's day, walk through the door and go, oh, look at that, in full bloom, or we'll have one of them. Yeah. And that's a really bad way often to buy things.
I did it myself multiple times because you end up spending so much money.
Yeah.
They charge a premium.
Of course they do. And if this was the middle of summer right now, and this had spikes of flowers up here, and it was in the centre of a nursery, there'd be some, wealthy people that are going to go, I'll have that for £60 or whatever. But it's really far more savvy to buy them now because you get a far better price. And actually, you're more likely to get more flowers next year.
Yes.
You really are, because you've already bought a mature plant.
You've bought a mature plant, you've planted it out, it's been able to get established, it's got over any of its upset at being, uprooted and planted somewhere else. It's had time to settle, and that means you get a better plant next year. Gardening is very much about forward planning.
It really is.
This is something I've been learning for several years now.
So
you have to think ahead.
So if you buy these now, one, you've got them for an absolute steal of a deal, but two, you're going to get them all settled for next year. So this is how they arrive. They actually arrive in a 20-centimetre pot. They love full sun, don't they?
They do love full sun, yeah. I mean, it's African lily is its other name. It comes from this hot climate. Grows very well here, but it does want to be in a sunny spot.
We should say fully hardy here, though.
Fully hardy, yeah. It grows incredibly well here, and it has the winter hardy stamp of approval from us, here at YouGarden. So it does have that lifetime guarantee included.
Yeah. It does like, as well as sunny spot, we say, the expression we use, it likes its roots to be hugged. So it doesn't want to be planted in a huge, big open space. So it's great if it's sort of, for want of a better word, crammed in amongst other plants. But it would grow very nicely in a pot. But you wouldn't want to go too big from the 20-centimetre that it's in, would you?
No, not at all, because it does want to feel like it's being restricted. So, don't be tempted to go for a big pot for it, because the chances are it'll sulk and it won't flower, and it'll take a little bit of time for it to come back, so that it's ready to flower again. So the size of the pot you get it in, you only want to go a few inches larger, basically, once you pot it out. We've got a suggestion for you, which we'll show you in a second. If you're planting out into borders, cram it in with a load of other plants surrounding it, because it'll still feel like it's being hugged. You can even bury it underground with the pot still there, bury the pot, you could basically, and that will help it if you want it to look like it's in a border. There's things you can do, but it will get bigger and better for you. It will keep multiplying, and you'll just get better displays every single year.
I mean, they look, honestly, they are, well, they're just a spectacular plant, aren't they? They are. They're like, they're wow. And we've got loads of pots on the YouGarden website, so you can take your pick, but this is one that's on offer today on the show, and it's the medley planter in the silver. It's a buy one for $11.99, but we are doing a really good deal. For an extra £3 you can have 2.
Yeah, and these are great. So these are plastic pots, and I used to be really snobby when it came to pots, thinking plastic. You can't have plastic, you have to spend loads of money on ceramic and terracotta and those zinc and brushed metal and all the rest of it. Actually, it is not true. You really, really don't. These pots are made from UV stabilized, frost-resistant plastic. They have the drainage holes in there as well, so you don't have to drill those or anything. But then going for a plastic pot like this means they're lightweight. They're designed to last you for many years, probably longer than a ceramic ceramic or terracotta pot because they're not going to get as affected by the weather. You're not going to accidentally drop one and it cracks and breaks or anything like that. And they're lightweight, so they're easier to move around your garden. And this, we believe, would be the perfect size for your Agapanthus.
Yes.
So if you're going for the double up deal, you can go for the double deal of these, and you'll have matching pot, beautiful
And
display.
the whole lot would be delivered free of charge as well.
You'd be over that.
So
£30.
actually, you'd be paying, I'm just going to round up in pennies, £30 for those, 15 for those, so £45 just under, with free delivery as well. That's 130127 for the medley planter in the silver option. I was just thinking about plastic pots, and we had plastic pots in our garden when I was a child, and they had seams on them. They're really ugly.
Yeah, they weren't very good back then.
And I remember once
in the 1800s.
Because we all.
Sorry.
Do you know what? I think we were. Nobody had any money when I was a child. I mean,
no, it's very true.
Yeah. Because I remember watching Blue Peter, and they turned an old tyre into a planter.
Yep.
They cut open the tyre and then flipped it over and used it as a planter. We made those as well, you know.
Yeah, I remember it very well.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I think I do.
Yeah. But now all I'm saying is, technology has moved on massively, and
production.
Yeah, and those planters look really good, but they're really affordable as well. Anyway, don't forget to put in that offer code YGTV43. You'll get all the promotions, and of course your free sweet peas. But we're going to go to this is really good.
The evergreen shrubs.
I think out of all the collections today, this is actually the best value.
Yeah, the evergreen shrub collection is just incredible. So you are getting with this collection, obviously evergreen shrubs, and you're going to be getting 6 of them. We've got 6 of them here on this plate, just to give you an idea of what we're talking about.
We should say it's kind of a lucky dip, but they will all definitely be evergreen, and they'll be of this sort of size, won't they?
Yeah, they'll all be in the 9cm pots. So we've got a selection of 6 here to show you. But what we can guarantee you is that these are carefully selected. They are all going to be evergreen shrubs. They are going to give you year-round leaf colour, year-round interest. You will get things like Cotoneaster, Ceanothus, Escallonia, Euonymus, Viburnum, just to name a few of the potential plants that you're going to get in that selection. They're going to be a mix of 6 of the best foliage plants. They're tried and tested winners, excellent value, vibrant colour, and years of displays.
And do you know, we've got so many nice pots on the YouGarden website. I was just thinking, you just might want to do for this winter just a selection of pots with evergreen plants in them, because I think there's nothing worse than looking out on a winter's day and the whole garden looks completely bare.
Yeah, if you put that into the middle of a pot, and then you could put some of your, primulas or something around the bottom of it. That's going to create a beautiful display.
Those violas, the pumpkins,
violas look really nice, And then you can decide what you're doing with this later, whether you're planting that out into another pot or out into a border. That would be brilliant, yes.
But honestly, the value there, I mean, it's working out just under...
Was that £17.99?
Yeah, £3 a plant. £3 a shrub.
Well
it's
done.
Really good.
Good maths.
Okay. Get me on an afternoon show, I'm on it. But really, I love it. And funny enough, I was making up winter pots and baskets yesterday, and I kept thinking, I could do with some foliage in the middle.
Yeah, there you go. That would be brilliant.
It really would.
I mean, if you've got a large garden, a new garden, lots of spaces, what a great way to fill those gaps. What an excellent, cost-effective way to fill those gaps, because they're going to be brilliant at, fit. But they're not just. It's not just about a gap filler. It's actually going to give you some really good interest through the garden. All that foliage there as well.
So it will be a mixture. You mentioned things like viburnum, euonymus. It will be, a mixture of the best evergreen shrubs, and you might get, we said you might get a choice here, might get a ceanothus.
Yeah, there's loads of different ones in there, honestly.
Some holly.
Yeah, there's a holly in there as well. Basically, it's picked on, tried and tested, seasonally available items that we have for you. But they're going to be some of the best mixes that you can get at amazing value for money.
And it's just a really affordable way of getting shrubs as well. $17.99 today, and you get 6 of those.
I mean, £3 each. That you wouldn't get that. You don't get that.
No.
That is great value.
And as I mentioned, you've got just £4.99 postage, but if you do get your order to over £30, you'll get free delivery as well. Right, Pansy Matrix are next, brand new today. This is it's a lovely selection of pansies.
Really, really nice selection. I love that colour.
I know.
That colour is amazing. That really deep blue that we're getting with that one is.
But it's going to be a mix, isn't it? A matrix mix.
Yeah, you do get the matrix mix. I just love that blue colour. I'm a big fan of that deep blue that you're getting there. It is a buy one, get one free. So 12 plug plants, but you will, if you enter that code YGTV43, you will get another 12 plug plants included. So that's 2 of those greenhouses, 24 of them in total. You've got really big flowers on this particular Pansy Matrix mix. They are lightly scented. As Shaun said, a lovely mix of those really bright, vibrant colours. And this is all about trying to banish those winter blues. These are going to be flowering for you all the way through winter, and they're just going to keep going, keep going, keep going. Very
Look
winter
at those
hardy.
there. Look at them.
I love the pansy faces.
I know.
Yeah, really, really winter hardy, easy to grow, perennial, so they'll come back for you year after year as well. And they're lovely short and strong stems on there, so there's no support needed here. They're lovely to put into pots or into the tops of hanging baskets.
And I often find if you have got these in beds and borders, they often do self-seed as well.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, quite often, I mean, I've got a big garden and there's areas in it that I've put plants in there, and then, you know, I look and you get all loads of babies forming, you know.
It is amazing how they just keep going, isn't it?
Yeah, they're great. So really popular today, and it's buy 12 plug plants and get another 12 absolutely free. 400 373, and the postage is included in the price there. Now, something that my mum always used to grow when I was a child was an amaryllis. Every year, and I find it fascinating. I did, because they grow so tall. I remember every year thinking, is it going to get any taller? And some years, obviously, it was taller than others. And often with an amaryllis, you often just get maybe one stem with several flowers in it. But this is an extra large bulb.
It is a big bulb we're talking about here.
So, and we can't guarantee it, but this one, and it is just from stock. It wasn't specially selected. You can actually see it's got one flower stem begins to form there. And then there's actually another one there. So this is going to have 2 stems that are going to produce the most amazing flowers. And then obviously you get the leaves in the middle. Funny enough for the amaryllis, you'll know if you've grown them before, it flowers first, you get a few leaves, and then the leaves come afterwards. But isn't it one of the most dramatic flowers?
It's
Look at
really
it.
dramatic. It's really beautiful. It's bright red as well. So this is why it's often grown, as a Christmas display, because obviously it's got that lovely red colour going on there. It's going to reach about 50 centimetres in height, though Shaun grew them taller.
I mean, you're right. You know, on average, you probably would be about that. But some of my...
got taller sometimes.
Yeah.
And that is brilliant, honestly. If you get this, let us know how tall your amaryllis gets. I'm tempted to do it just to see if I can get a tall one now.
Oh, we should have a competition.
We should, shouldn't we? Maybe we should get one each and see who can grow the tallest amaryllis.
That's not a bad idea, you know.
I quite like that idea.
Yeah.
Should we do it?
Or do you know what I do? I might actually buy one for my mum, but I'll look after it. So, is that all right? Yeah. Because that red looked really good in her lounge. That's all.
They look amazing, honestly.
But,
they're really, really beautiful.
But obviously, they are indoor. They will flower winter time.
Yeah.
I mean, you might, if you plant it now, it might be in flower for Christmas, actually.
Yeah,
could be.
Isn't it about 8 weeks after planting or something or other? You get the flower coming from this. I should point out that you get everything that you need in that box, by the way, to grow this. So you get the pot, you get the compost. So this you're going to soak it, and all the ingredients, all the instructions are on the back of the box. You're going to soak it in some lukewarm water, leave it for a little while, and that will create the compost that you need to then plant your bulb into there. Now they're shallow planting, so you only plant it probably to about here.
Yeah, you want all the top showing.
So all of that bit from above my finger, that is going to be showing.
And when you water it, you water around the edge of the pot, not directly onto it. So you water just around the edge.
There you go.
I know, you see?
Expert growing tips
there from
Mr. Ryan.
I've grown them many times.
Lovely. Yeah. I should be following those tips.
Now, you can get them to reflower. I'll be honest, I've not been that successful doing that, but you let, from what I remember, you let the leaves grow in the summertime, then you let it die down. And I will have to check, but I think you put it in a dark place for a while then as well.
I think you might be right. That definitely rings a bell. So you can take it outside and have it as a foliage plant, and then you bring it back in October and I don't know, or September time.
Yeah. You can get them to reflower though.
There's something about put them in a dark space.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, you can get them to reflower, but a lot of people just do it as a one-off, and it's worth it. It really is
totally worth it, particularly if you're going to get multiple flowers off there as well. As I say, we can't guarantee, but hopefully you should get more than one.
Because it's a large bulb, I would say you are likely to get two. So you might get more.
Yeah.
You might get more.
That's the next competition. Okay, so...
Yeah, how many stems?
How many stems and how tall?
The amount of the maximum flowers I've had on one stem, I think, was 6 or 7.
That's good.
Which is good. Anyway.
Does what you do to it? No, I think it'll be based on the bulb as to how many stems you get. There's nothing you can do to it to make more stems.
No, a lot is based on the bulb size. And if you do keep it and you get it to fly again and the bulb gets bigger, you will get more stems and more flowers, yeah.
That's it.
But that is already a big bulb.
Yeah.
Quite excited about that.
Competition time.
Yeah, go on, try. If you never grow one, try one. 630 121 is your item number. By the way, we've had a lot of you messages this morning. Not as many this afternoon.
No, what's going on? You can message us on YouTube and you can message us on Facebook. Our lovely Christian is the man with the buttons today.
Who's messaged in?
Richard. His allium collection have started sprouting. It's because of the weather.
Yeah.
It's the weather.
But it's yeah.
It shouldn't start sprouting. But it'll be fine. They'll just go back down again and come back up again next year. It'll be fine. But that's amazing.
But I'm
glad you planted them. Mine are still waiting to be planted.
Yeah, yours here. I've planted bulbs in December and January before.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
One of the top gardeners on the telly, I think, he made a comment once about. Because sometimes, if you've got a bag of bulbs lying around and you don't get around to planting and it gets to December, January, and you think, oh, shall I bother? Or shall I just throw them away? He said, look, whatever, bulbs are better in the ground than in a plastic bag.
Absolutely. So, just plant them out, see what happens.
And I've planted really late on and they still come up.
Yeah.
They might be a bit late flowering, but yeah, do get your bulbs in. We've got loads of great bulbs on the show, don't forget as well. So we've had our Amaryllis, well done if you got hold of that. Next, we've got another shrub selection, but this is a summer flowering, fully hardy shrub selection.
Yeah, summer flowering shrub selection. I think these two collections that we're bringing you, so the evergreen shrub collection and the summer flowering hardy shrub collection, I think these are really, really clever. Because I tell you what, if you've got a new garden or a big garden, get those two, get both of them. Oh my word, you're going to fill so many areas there. But what we're guaranteeing, because this is another lucky dip one, what we are saying to you is that you will get some beautiful summer flowering shrubs that are going to give you lovely late spring, early summer colour, fragrance, filling gaps in borders. You're going to get a mixture of colours, a mixture of forms and sizes, but what you're going to get is long, many years of colour and fragrance. They're specially selected as low maintenance favourites to give you amazing value for money. Now, some of the varieties that you might receive in here, and they are all excellent varieties, by the way. There's not one that will be a loser. They're all winners.
And they all come with our lifetime guarantee.
They do indeed. So you get something like a Coreopsis, Echinacea, an Escalonia, maybe even a hydrangea.
Yeah,
that would be amazing. Potentilla, Weigela, just to name a few of the ones that could be in there. They are absolutely all winners. But this is about value for money, and it's about getting colour and fragrance through those summer months from spring right the way through, so probably from about April all the way through to September.
And again, get them planted now and you're going to get even bigger shrubs and better flowers in 2024. 510 417 is the item number for those. And then finally, while we're over this side of our potting shed, we have got our head gardener selection. So maybe, you've looked at the selection and thought there's too many for you. We have got 3 absolutely incredible shrubs. Now, that's Peter McDermott. He is the head gardener here at YouGarden. Very experienced. That picture's an old picture, man.
You keep saying this.
No, it's exactly what it looks like.
Smouldering.
Yeah, it's a good picture. But he really is passionate about YouGarden, and he's put together this collection. I'll give you the details if I can. So if you want the summer flying hardy shrub, you get 6 of those for $24.99. This is just a selection of 3. So if you think, well, I don't need 6 shrubs, but 3 would be nice. What Peter did, he looked at the whole stock list and all the different plants in the nursery, and he put together 3 that really worked well together. The reason why these work well together, they give you a really long flying season. So these 3 shrubs will take you from probably April time with the Coreopsis right the way through to October.
Yep, with the Escalonia.
Which is bottom right. There you go.
Yeah, this is why this is such a clever collection and why this has been a top seller. When we launched it last week, he really does know what he's talking about. This is why we go to him if we ever have any questions that we can't answer, don't we? Because he's worked in horticulture his whole life. So, you know, this is somebody who really does understand gardens and plants and what to plant and where, and make sure you've got that interest in your garden. So we'll start with the Ceanothus, shall we? That bottom left, the beautiful blue, lilac-y blue flowers that you get on there. It's an evergreen shrub that will grow to a decent size. We are talking a couple of meters high, at least that in its spread. It can get to 2-3 meters as well, but it's evergreen, so you've got that gorgeous display all year round. And then around April and May time, it gets smothered, covered, absolutely just completely covered in those bluey lilac flowers on there, which are quite strong flowers. You keep saying it, Shaun, don't you, that they're very weather resistant, aren't they?
They are. I know that time of year, when April, you know, we can still get really mixed weather, and sometimes if there's a massive downpour, your magnolia can just fall to pieces, or even peonies can take a battering, and tulips and things like that. But Ceanothus, I just think it really stands up to.
It does. It stands up to it all.
It looks great.
It really does stand out at that time of year as well, because as much as there are things starting to come up through the ground, there's not a huge amount of colour going on.
No, Ceanothus
does.
Yeah, in April it's like for me it's the queen is there, and then there you go.
Then we've got the Deutzia, which is going to be the next one to flower for you.
There you go.
So this is Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit, same as the Ceanothus, but it's much more compact, about 1 metre by 1 metre, so 3-4 feet height and spread. Wonderful as a pot plant for that reason, because it's nice and compact. You get lovely gracing arches of stems on here, and then the flowers at the end.
Yeah, really pretty, aren't they?
Really pretty colours that we're talking about here. I love that two-tone sort of raspberry sundae is what the Deutzia is called. It is absolutely gorgeous. Now this one is deciduous, it does drop its leaves, but you get a really nice flowering season from this, June, July into August. Gorgeous flowers on there, and loads of them, and they're beautifully scented as well.
And then the final one in the collection is the Escalonia, which is the one that would even flower potentially up to, October. Ours is flying still a little bit right now.
Yeah, well, I think this is the longest flowering one out of the 3, in actual fact. So it's going to start in around, summertime, June time. And it will keep going right the way through and into sort of October. You get flushes of flowers with the Escalonia.
I know my mum had one of these in her last garden. It was lovely. It was gorgeous. Lovely, beautiful, glossy leaves as well.
Yeah, you know me, I'm a sucker for the glossy green
and
leaves.
It is, this one's evergreen, of course, as well.
Evergreen, absolutely, and compact as well. So very similar in size to the Deutzia, 3 or 4 feet height and spread on here.
And happy in a pot.
Happy in a pot. All of these happy in pots. All of these happy in borders. You really do get the choice, really, as to what you want to do with these.
One thing I will say, value-wise, exception as well. £4.33. Well done, Bex. There you go.
I worked it out a while ago.
But that's been really popular, and Peter's delighted. He's chosen really, really well. 51486. So if you just joined us, good afternoon, by the way. Welcome to YouGarden. We are live until 4 o'clock today.
Yeah, not long left, actually. We're into the last half an hour, last 25 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. We're back tomorrow, 10 till 1 and 2 till 4. And then on Sunday, the show will be live on Sunday.
Yes.
But we've got the lovely Hayley and Adam Woolcott. It's an award-winning gardener. They're looking after the potting shed, and we're going to be on QVC with Harkness Roses and YouGarden, which we're very excited about.
We are. We're looking forward to that. And we've got loads of plans for YouGarden next year. Please stay tuned, because it's really exciting what we're going to be doing from January.
We've been sworn to secrecy.
We're not allowed to say anything yet, but as soon as we're allowed to, we'll be telling you on here, or we'll be telling you on our social media pages as well, won't we?
But do try. We'd love you to watch us on QVC, because we've got the Harkness Roses, which are multi-award winning.
And it's our first show. So
yes.
We're excited.
Yes. So that's so we're going to be on QVC 10 o'clock till 12 o'clock. We're not there for the whole show, so if you don't see us at the beginning, don't worry. But we will be popping up.
We'll pop up at some time between 10 and 12.
So it'd be lovely to see you on there. Right, let's remind you of some of the great plants and shrubs that we've had so far. Hey, everyone's loved the violas.
I know. Not surprised. They're beautiful. Look at the colours.
Well, these are the Viola pumpkin, and you are getting 12 plug plants for only £14.99. Postage included. So these are going to flower again all winter long. They're bright, they're vibrant, and I think something a little bit different. So that colour, it is quite unusual, isn't it? A new variety here on YouGarden today, but they're going to brighten up any pot, any basket, any bed, any border. Really easy to grow. Just say pop them in your ground, in your compost. Try and use our compost if you can, our premium compost. And if you can deadhead, and stop them producing seeds, they're going to keep flowering even longer. But they will very much survive the winter, whatever the conditions, fully hardy, but they will give you outstanding colour. And if you plant them now, they'll get a good sort of like head start. They'll settle in and give you amazing displays throughout the winter and into the springtime as well. 401 507. And then the other pansy variety that we've got on the show is the Cool Wave. Now, these are a trailer, so they will trail up to 30 centimetres, maybe even a little bit more. They are an outstanding performer, so they just flower and flower and flower all winter long. And they do reach a point where you can barely notice the foliage. And I'm not exaggerating, honestly, they are just such a top performer. The breeding with Pansy Cool Wave is absolutely incredible. Again, fully winter hardy. So even if it's minus 20, let's hope it's not, they're going to be perfectly fine. Do you know what? There may be days where they look a bit sad when they're covered in snow. But once that snow melts, it's like, hey, we're alive, we're thriving, welcome home. And they'll be back like that. Absolutely amazing. Now, you can, during the summer months, they will probably get a bit straggly. They'll start to die back. They don't like the intense heat. But you can over summer them. Just chop them back, give them a little trim, pop them in a cool spot, give them a bit of a feed, and they will bounce back next autumn. I use them more as an annual, but you could have them as a perennial if you wished. 400 967. And it's a buy 10 plants, get 10 plants absolutely free. They are nice, aren't they? Now, what else have we had on the show? Verbena, yes, our Verbena boraensis. Absolutely love Verbena. So they're a perennial. They'll come back year after year after year. They're really quite unusual, actually, because I described them as slight built earlier, because you get lots of delicate, thin stems, which are remarkably strong. So you're never going to have to use ugly canes to support these or anything like that. They produce kind of like purple lollipops, like random, so like balls of colour on the various stems. They grow tall. So we're talking a metre plus. I think some of mine are closer to 1.5 meters this year, actually. But they are ideal for backs of borders, but just having amongst other plants as well, because they don't dominate. They don't kind of take over, but they complement and they fill in gaps, and they are wonderful. They're my new favourite in the garden, and it's a buy one, get two absolutely free today. Just £9.97. Now, because we're doing free postage when you spend over £30 or more, if you need to get your basket just a little bit bigger to get the free postage, we have got a few little ideas for you, including our Primula. Now this is the Pretty Polly Blushing Peach. It's a gorgeous, it's almost like a mini rose, so it's a double Primula, and it's this very delicate blend of yellows and soft pinks. They're just breathtaking, aren't they? And it's like a natural beauty. You know, this isn't garish, it's not loud and bright, it's subtle, it's delicate, it's delightful. And I know that is going to really put a smile on your face in those winter months. My mum loves delicate and pretty, and she absolutely adore those. And again, they will come back year after year. They'll form clumps. You can divide them and get even more. They're winter plants, so they love shade. They don't want to be in bright sunshine. In fact, in the summer months, if they are in bright sunshine, they will completely die back. They won't like it. But they will be very, very happy among shrubs, under trees, in beds and borders, and of course in your winter hanging baskets and pots as well. 480 866 at £6.49. Now, also really popular on the show today has been perennial geraniums, and these ones are known as the Geranium Tiny Monster, and it's a buy one, get two absolutely free today. So a really, really hard-working perennial. These are really good because they don't grow too tall, around about 30 centimetres, maybe a little bit more, but they do spread and they naturally kind of meander amongst other plants. They keep the weeds down. So if you've got gaps, they just fill those gaps in and help suppress the weeds. They are a long flowering perennial, so all summer long from sort of like May, June. Mine are flying now and it's October. And very, very low maintenance. A sunny spot is great, but semi-shade is also okay. They won't like deep shade, so don't put them really, in a really shady area. But semi-shade, full sun, absolutely fine. And what a gorgeous colour those are. 560, 635 at just £9.99. But it's a buy one and get two absolutely free. So many nice plants, aren't they? So many nice plants. Just looking, I mean, it's just, every week's been different as well, hasn't it?
I know.
We get like a product list sent to us over the weekend, and I'm like, we just look through
We're
it.
in heaven, aren't we?
I know, so many great plants. Right, we've got a few things. We've got something for winter now, actually.
Yeah.
I'm going to move over here to the Sarcococca. I know this as I was when was introduced this about 3 years ago. A friend of mine, Lynn, in the village, she brought me some babies of these round, and there's various names for it. Now, what does she call it?
Sweet box?
She calls it sweet box. You call it Christmas box, don't you? So there's various names. But I remember she brought me some little babies around, but she also brought me a handful that she'd cut. And I remember saying, smell it, and I didn't need to. It was amazing. It's
a lovely strong, and it's very vanilla-y, the scent. It's sweet, it's delicious. I discovered this, it's years ago, probably 8 years ago, because I was out walking. There's these lakes, near where we live, and I was walking there, and it was in winter, and I got this beautiful smell, and I hunted this plant down because it was just the most intoxicating, beautiful, sweet scent. And I found it. I took a picture of it. I had no idea what it was. I was sending it to my mum, who's a really keen guy. What is this? What is this? Finally found out what it was and went and bought one because I loved it so, so much. There are so many reasons to go for this. The first one is that absolutely gorgeous scent that's going to come from the flowers that are going to form on here very, very soon. There's buds all over this. It's ready to burst into bloom. From December, January, February, March time, that is when you will have those beautifully sweet flowers on here that are scented, that are gorgeous.
And we always say, if you can, put it somewhere where you're going to really benefit. So it might just be outside your back door in a pot, something like that,
Well, mine was I've got another one of these now. I've got two. So one I've left in the border, but one I've dug up because it's wasted in the border for me. Of course, it's a lovely evergreen plant. So, it's great having the border. But I want that scent.
Yes.
And I'm not spending much time down that end of the garden. So I dug it up and I put it in a pot so I can have it closer to the house. I'll be able to appreciate that scent over those winter months. Obviously, it's evergreen. It's luscious. It's glossy. It's green. It's beautiful. And copes with shade.
Yeah, I think it was, again, Adam Woolcott, who's going to be with us at the weekend. But he said as a garden designer, he often uses this in shady areas.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, I can see why, as a garden designer, you would put this into a garden. The flowers are beautiful. They're fragrant. It's evergreen. It copes with shade. It's relatively slow growing as well. So that's really valuable to all of us, no matter the size of garden we've got. There are some areas where you don't want something that's a vigorous, fast grower. This is not a vigorous, fast grower.
I think it is gorgeous, and it is, as Bexley just said, it's relatively slow growing. So you're actually getting a big established plant here.
Yeah, this one's really established.
For $19.99, and it is. We've said it a few times today. It's nice to have interest in the garden all year round, and I don't really know of anything else that's quite as magnificent as this in terms of fragrance in the winter months.
No, I agree. I don't. Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah,
I don't know of any
wonderful.
other that's that strong a fragrance, actually. It's beautiful, honestly. You need to try that.
And,
you won't regret that one.
And one customer has actually bought 7 of these in the last week.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. I really want to know what they're going to use those for.
Just might be a whole area.
Maybe they've got a big garden, eh?
Yeah.
Maybe they've got a massive garden like you.
Mine's not that big.
No, I'm just jealous. I just want a bigger garden.
But it is. I've got about a third of an acre, which is big, I suppose. That's big.
I mean, it's a decent size.
Yeah. It's enough. I wouldn't want any more because I have to look after. I mean, my mum does really well, but I still have to obviously do.
You still have to help her.
And then I've got a pub garden that I look after as well, and so that's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just got one little garden, and I want more. I always want more.
I think sometimes it's an age thing as well. I mean, I used to live in flats and just have balconies and stuff.
Yeah, do you know what? But this is the thing that we'd bring at you at YouGarden. It doesn't matter the size of garden you've got. It doesn't matter if you haven't even got a garden or an outside space. We do have something for everybody.
In fact, I did notice a post on the YouGarden Facebook. And
I saw that.
Houseplants.
Yeah.
So that even if you don't have a garden, get some nice houseplants, get some foliage in your life.
It's lovely to grow things.
It's nice to try different things as well. Moving on next, we have got our cranberry for you.
Yeah.
I've never grown cranberries.
No, me neither.
Never. I'd like to try. And we've actually got a buy one, get one free on these. Now, you're not going to get cranberries this winter, but you will get them for next Christmas.
Yeah, you should get some crops for next winter. Obviously, as they mature and get bigger and better, you'll get more fruits from them. Now, this one is a buy one, get one free, which I absolutely adore because I love a bit of a freebie. This one is a bit of a trailer as well, okay? It's not going to trail massively. We're only talking 30, 40 centimetres sort of, spread and trailing. So if you want to put it into a pot, just go for a slightly taller pot. Wonderful to put into some kind of hanging basket as well. I always think that when you're doing a grow your own, because you want to keep it out of the way of, the dog who will cock his leg up it or something. So wonderful to keep in a hanging basket. It is evergreen as well, so the foliage will always be there. But then you get these lovely, robust, bright red berries on there, which you can pick. And you can provide the cranberry sauce to go with the turkey at Christmas time. The one thing I do need to point out to you with this is that it does like an ericaceous compost. So you do need to grab some. If you haven't got any, we've got some on the show.
Yeah, we have got on the show. It's on the website. It's on the show, actually. So you could add that to your order. But imagine making your own cranberry sauce.
I like that idea.
I do.
Look at that.
I do love cranberry sauce.
Yeah, me too. I'm not a fan of turkey, but I like cranberry
Are you
sauce.
not?
No. I love it with my chicken. I don't care.
Yeah, I know what you mean about turkey. It's a bit overrated, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
It's probably a really unpopular decision.
Yeah, certainly.
Really unpopular.
I always say, well, if it's that good, why don't we have
it all year?
Yeah.
I completely agree. I'm not a fan of it at all.
Do you know what? Christian likes it. I tell you, it's healthy though, isn't it? It's low fat.
It's supposed to be chicken. I mean.
Yeah, I loved it. But
Also, I like the worst bit of the chicken. I like the chicken skin.
I love the chicken skin.
Nobody in my family likes it. So I am winner chicken dinner every single time.
I
get
the skin.
Eat all of it.
I love it. And so healthy.
Anyway. So healthy. Oh, I'm going to cook a chicken dinner this week now. Now I've thought about that.
But you're right, cranberry sauce is great with chicken as well. Anyway, if you want your cranberries, buy one, get one free. 3100047. Just quickly, I know we're rapidly running out of time.
Sorry.
Don't forget,
chatting about chicken
put
dinners.
your offer code in, YGTV43. Where's my free seeds gone back?
I know where the seeds are. Of them all over the place.
So I'm coming back, not my seeds, my board. Because I know it's just a lot of orders go through at the end of the show. So free with every order today, your sweet peas. It's a really superb, outstanding, fragrant mix.
Put the code in, otherwise you won't get them.
So that is a super scent. Look out your hand.
No,
so there's loads
didn't.
more where they came from. So that is your free gift. And then free P&P when you place an order over £30. So if you've got a basket together right now, get it over £30 and you will get free delivery as well. Right, also popular this morning was our standard olive tree.
Yeah, and I love these. I've always wanted to get these, but they've always just been that little bit too far out of my price range because they are desirable. They can be very expensive, but right now we have an amazing price on these. A standard as well, which generally a standard will always come at a slightly higher price tag, won't it? But one of these delivered for you, $24.99. Is that postage included?
It's not.
I can't see that.
It's not. It's $4.99.
So you need to get over that £30.
Yeah, add one other item in your basket from the show, and you should get free
Do you know
delivery.
what? If you're going for your olive tree, you're gonna go for two, aren't you? Don't people want these in pairs?
I would.
Ideally, you want these in pairs. Now, I appreciate, it's whether you can stretch that or not. Entirely up to you if you've got the budget to go for that. But if you can, a pair of those either side of your door, that's going to look beautiful. It'll also look great with some Christmas tree lights wrapped around it.
Yeah.
Some outdoor lights because it's evergreen. It'll look like this all year.
And I'm amazed. I live in you saw really my garden, and it's quite exposed because I live in the countryside. So, with the lovely views also comes gale force winds sometimes. It can be my garden can be fierce at times, but I've got about 5 or 6 olive trees. I've not killed one.
And they're all okay.
Yeah.
Wow, well done.
Yeah. They've taken a bit of a battering sometimes, but we say hardy to -5, don't we?
Yeah, so I mean, you might want to look. I think it's a good practice to get into to mulch everything. Chances are it's going to be absolutely fine, but a little bit of mulch, leaf mulch, get some strulch. We've always got it on the website. Put that around the base. That'll help to look after them.
And if it is going to be particularly cold, just move it in a corner against the side of the house. Even the warmth from the house can make a difference at 1 or 2 degrees, or put a fleece over it. But my olive trees are, I've never killed one. Touch wood.
This is the year. You just jinxed it.
No, don't say that. But they're a lot tougher than you think. They really are.
Yeah, considering they're a Mediterranean plant, it's quite amazing that they can cope with it over here.
And you do get olives in the UK, but I'll be honest, they're more ornamental. Sometimes it just doesn't get hot enough to ripen them. But
we need a hot summer, don't we?
Yeah. But with climate change and some of the temperatures we're getting, you may get olives, and it does depend on where you live in the UK. You will get olives, but whether they'll ripen in time is another thing. But they really, really good. Right, do you know what? I don't know where the time's gone this afternoon.
I know it's gone quick, hasn't it?
We just want to do a bit of a bulb bonanza for you, because obviously it's a great month to plant bulbs.
Yep.
And we've got some absolute stunners on the YouGarden website. I like these.
I really love these. The Tulip Angel's Wish. These are so pretty.
It's a nice
These are going to be the
name.
pure white tulips. Now, when they first come out, they have this lovely yellow kind of marking on them, but that then fades as they mature, and then you end up with a pure white tulip. Love that. Love that it's got that yellow stripe. Love that it then changes and turns into a white tulip. Classic, sturdy, strong, 50 centimetre height. Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit. Do what you usually do with a tulip.
Can I just say they're really big bulbs
They
as
are
well.
big bulbs, those ones.
Yeah.
Bigger than the other tulips we've been bringing you.
Yeah, our bulbs are graded in terms of size.
They're a 10, 11, aren't they?
11, 12.
Yeah.
So actually, they're really,
Big tulip. And good quality.
Yeah.
Look at them. There's nothing squishy about that.
And a 50 centimetre height. I think you're going to get some amazing displays of
I
those.
think so.
$11.99. Look, we have got more affordable tulips on the show, but they are really premium.
Yeah,
they
those
really
are premium. And the displays you'll get will be premium as well.
$603.98. Then we've got, these are really unusual.
Oxalis. Yeah, we've brought these a few times now, and they've always been really popular, and that's because they're a bit weird and wonderful.
They are.
I love weird and wonderful. It's one of my favourite things to bring you something that's just a little bit strange, a bit of a talking point, and that is what Oxalis is going to give you. They're not massive. They stay quite compact. 20 centimetres is all we're sort of talking about here. They're not huge, but they're very unusual. They've got this lovely funnel-shaped raspberry ripple candy cane colouring to them. They're a South African native, but they will do okay here. -5, they can cope with those kinds of temperatures, but they're going to be such a talking point. The flowers are going to appear soon after you planting them. We say any time from November, but obviously that depends on when you plant them. So get these now. Hopefully by, you know, December, early December, you'll start getting some displays from these. And if you need to, you know, depending on the temperatures, just put a little bit of mulch on them to make sure you're looking after them. But they will flower for you right the way through till spring.
They're really, really unusual bulb,
yeah, I think they are.
Yeah. Right. Also, something that I've got my eye on. You know, I'm always shopping. We're always shopping.
Always shopping.
I think these are great, and these are a type of Narcissi, but they're called the double tete boucle, rather. And boucle, I was trying to not buble. He's great though.
He's great.
Yeah. Michael, if you're watching, hello.
Could you imagine? Hi, Michael.
I'd love that. You never know who's watching.
You never know.
But these are boucle, and we remembered earlier that boucle, because I was thinking in fashion, I think a boucle is a type of knit.
It is,
and it's like a loop.
Yep.
And you've actually got kind of like several loops in here, haven't you?
Yeah, they're really, really pretty. So this is a close relative of the tete-a-tete, so the small miniature daffodils. But what's different about this one is you get the riffled, double-cupped flowers going on here.
Oh, amazing.
It's hardy, it's vigorous, it'll naturalise for you. I love the idea of putting them through grass. I think I'm going to do that again. I must have some daffodils in my hundreds of bulbs that need planting out. They're nice and compact, only about 15-20 centimetres in height, so these are brilliant for a variety of things. March, April time flowering for you, and ridiculously easy to grow, as are, I think, all narcissus.
Yeah, I agree, but they're just really pretty, really different. Only $11.99, postage is included. Sometimes it's really is good to have some new and unusual bulbs in your displays this year. 603.99. Rapidly running out of time.
We are,
Don't
unfortunately.
forget, check out your baskets. You can't say that. You can order after the show.
Of course.
You can take your time if you wish.
You can watch the show back again if you missed any. Take your time.
Because actually Bex wasn't that good for the first 5 minutes. You could watch that bit back. It's quite funny. I was a bit rubbish first thing this morning. You can watch that back as well.
That's the beauty of it, really. If we mess up, you can go and watch it again.
On the curse of it. In the old days, you know, people couldn't even record a show, could they?
No, it's true.
But jokes aside, you know, you can always place an order after the show. You can add other items in from the YouGarden website. That's not a problem. You know, you might be thinking, I need some pots, I need some other seeds. But always use the code that's on the screen to get the best offers. YGTV43. Now, this is value, this one, isn't it?
Total value for money. Absolutely really long flowering season. February right through to probably June time is what we're talking about with these. 7 different varieties included, and it works out at less than 4 pence a bulb, doesn't it? This is really, really incredible.
And, you know, I'd pay that $9.99 for the 30 tulips.
Yeah, 30 tulips included. $9.99 wouldn't be a horrendous price at all, would it? But you're getting so much more. We start with crocus, 15 of those. February, March time, they're going to flower. Iphion, 80 of those. March through to May, they will flower. Those are the star-shaped ones. Beautiful. 15 of the miniature daffodils included in there. 30 of the tulip triumph. 30 of the muscari, the grape hyacinth. 80 of the allium molly, which are the yellow ones, and then 50 of the allium neapolitanum, the white ball-shaped ones. May, June time was when the alliums are going to flower.
So as you said,
Bex,
Bex, February through to potentially June on those. Yeah. And then last but by no means least, if you're thinking, oh, I like the look of those alliums, well, we have got a special selection over here where you get 100.
Yeah, 100 alliums. Again, 7 varieties included in here. They're not even all pictured on this board. You're getting 7 different varieties that give you the gorgeous allium displays. You're getting Purple Sensation, the bright purple spheres. You're getting Christophy, the giant lilac solid spheres. The Siculum, which are the kind of hanging flowers, up to 30 you get per bulb. 5 of the Nigrum, the white globes. 25 mollies, the yellow sparklers. 25 drumsticks, and 25 of the Neapolitanum, the white sparklers. Again, amazing value for money. These are used so often in designers' gardens. I was at all the flower shows this year. They were all over every single flower show. Definitely brilliant ones to have in your garden. Shaun and I both grow alliums, don't we?
We certainly do. Love them, love them, love them. Now, we are sadly out of time. We are going to leave you the details of the Pansy Kill Wave. Loads of you ordering those today. We are going to be back tomorrow at 10 o'clock until 1 o'clock, 2 till 4. Don't forget, this Sunday, there you are. Don't move at home. Stay still.
Stay where you are.
We are back tomorrow. On Sunday, we are on QVC with Heartless Roses and YouGarden from 10 till midday.
Yeah.
We've got a few little slots on QVC.
So we'll pop up somewhere.
Yeah, we'd love you to join us on QVC. But this show is also live on Sunday, 10 o'clock till 2 with Hayley and Adam. So nowadays with streaming, you can watch both.
Yeah, you can, absolutely.
Yeah. Two final things. Free postage when you spend over £30. Free gift. Those gorgeous sweet peas, highly fragrant, worth $9.99. Bex loved it.
Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, we'll do it all again tomorrow. Yes, we have got some extra items tomorrow.
Don't forget your code.
For myself, Shaun Ryan, and Bex Edwards. We'll see you tomorrow at 10. Thank you so much.